Hello everyone, and today we're going to talk about the project that I made, which is this one. And if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out first. So some few things to address before we started. This is asked by not most of my subscriber, but the majority of my subscriber back then, or still now, because they haven't unsubscribed yet, which I'm surprised and I am flattered and I appreciate, and genuinely am gratitude of them sticking around, even though I kind of changed my content. They subscribed for Dragon Ball Z pivot content, but I'm doing something else right now, so yeah, I'm thankful for that. Time lapse, they wanted a commentary in the Twitter, and then also some of them addressed it in the comment section, which is I highlighted here, and I said I promised I'll just make a short video, but even then this one is gonna still be long because I don't know what they really wanted to talk about me to talk about. So there you go. So first things first, some disclaimer here and there. This took less than a month, and I make it sound so easy, but that's because I'm recreating something that is pre-existing. All right, so yeah, keep that in mind. Compared to what I had done last time, the quality on this one, I'm much more proud, but at the same time, what I did here, not so much, because it's not too much creativeness there. I mean, there are some deliberate choices, which is like the costume design, the color choices maybe questionable, I don't know, I still find it questionable, and some movement and actions that are done by me, or animation technically, but other than that, like this part, them dancing like this, that's just technically copied from the original anime, right? So anime opening, right? So yeah, so before we get into terms and all that stuff, I'm gonna have to give information about this, what programs I use. Programs I use are After Effects, TV Paint, Adobe Animate, Pivot, and there's two other video editing program, which is DaVinci Resolve and Premiere Pro. For the hardware, I actually have a display tablet where I can draw on top of it, like seeing what I'm drawing. So there you go. I hope I can put some pictures on top of this video, so I can just show what I'm talking about. So next is we're gonna talk about the art style. Why am I drawing with this pixel kind of stuff instead of anti-aliasing? And what I mean by that is that this line is without anti-aliasing, and if I turn on anti-aliasing, it's like this. So this one is much more smoother, I think, for the naked eye and all that stuff. So if I zoom out, you can't really see the jaggedness compared to this one. It has like more jaggedness, I think. Why am I using that instead? The reason why is that if for two reasons: practical reason and the art style reason. So for practical reason, if I made a circle here and then I fill it up in a different color, it's gonna have those gaps. That's because it's a different color. Now if I ramp up the range so that it's different color, it's still gonna have the same problem. So if I turn this back to 0, just because I'm gonna expand it instead, what that makes is that it expands what you're filling, right, with that amount of pixel. Now it overlaps sometimes, and it's also on top of the drawing line art, so I'm gonna make it smaller. It's still on top of the drawing. I'm gonna put behind. Of course, I can also change the layer, but again, that's like too much brain cell usage, and I only have few spare to left to use. I just listen to some music while drawing. I can't think that much for myself. I'm sorry. I'm obviously joking about that, but and then for the art style reason, I am trying to emulate the anime opening, but then in MS Paint kind of stuff, because you can tell, like if you watch this and you see this is kind of made in MS Paint technically, kind of, but this is TV Paint obviously. So we'll go shot by shot, like so, and then talk about what I did here and how I did it. So first of all, the first few shots. Now, in reality, they actually have a video of making of something. I don't know how to explain it, but they actually have a video of the making of this and that, and they actually showed how they did this part of effect. I'm actually kind of scrolling in through that right now. Here you see how they have it here, and then they compared it to the original. See, so yeah, so I just mimicked that. So what I have here is that this one, they're moving left and right, stretching, and then I added effects. This took like half a day or a day basically just to get that effect that I'm trying to emulate, but at the same time I'm like, it is what it is. Let's just keep it that way. I don't want to like spend another day trying to get it into the right detail. It's just a fan-made animation. I just have to keep saying that myself, that low effort. It shouldn't supposed to be like really high quality or something. Like it doesn't have to be exactly the same as the original. So yeah, and then the background boxes, as I mentioned in the description, it's done in Adobe Animate, or previously known as Flash. So yeah, and then I have this effect where you can have something on top of it and it changes the color. So as you can see, I'm turning it on and off. Originally what I have is them in white, but then you can change the color into something else, like so, by having a layer on top of it and turning off the, what do you call this, the transparent, like so. So yeah, and then the next cut here, the transition, the ring or the ripple effect, like this circle, I added that. The original opening doesn't have that. They only faded the characters, the drawings here, but yeah, I added that, so it's a bit different. It looks different. And then the duck on top. So we'll break this down a little bit because there's a lot of elements and assets. So what I technically do is just draw all of the drawings in TV Paint and just animate it in I just animate it or move it around in After Effects. So yeah, and then the first 3 drawings that we see has shading, right? But the next ones we have here doesn't have shading. Like the clothes doesn't have shading. What only has shading is the eye, as you can see here. So yeah, as you can see, if I show it here, just the transition, you technically can't tell that there's no shading, unless you're like pausing and say, oh, there's some shading, but you don't really like complain about it because again, this is just a fan-made animation. So yeah, but yeah, maybe in the future, I don't know, if I am getting paid for it or something, if I feel like it, of course I'm gonna do some shading, but I'm just doing this for the sake of the meme and all that stuff. So obviously not just the meme, but also I just love their characters and their design and all that stuff. But anyways, it's stuff for the simping and all all that stuff. So yeah, what I did here is that I combined all of them, built them together like this, and then just rotated them, animated it in one composition, and then just keep looping that, and yeah, it's the same thing over and over again. Yeah, and then we have the ducks and the bird form flying around across the screen, in line with, or in sync with, the chanting easy breezy, easy breezy, easy breezy, and easy breezy. Yeah, so there are some few things here that I have to talk about. First is the design choice. Obviously for Subaru, rubber ducky. For Kiara, on the other hand, the color scheme is what do you call this? Is I use the bird, the chibi bird form. I don't know how you say it. The chibi bird form of Kiara in her name, like the channel or whatever it is. I don't know, the channel icon or something. Whenever she streamed, it's there, I think, sometimes. I don't know. But yeah, the bird, the small bird, the Twitter bird, I don't know. The color of it, I sampled the color from there, some of it. And then also the design, like the whole silhouette, the body itself, it is referenced from plushie, or actually several different kind of plushies. I just typed in Google plushie of a phoenix, and that's why it's there. It looks like a Pokemon to me, but yeah. And then for Rene, some few things I want to mention here. I just found out that peacocks are supposed to be male, and I got confused because Rene uses a cursor that has the same color as the feather for male peacocks. So that's why I thought, it's the right peacock that I use. So yeah, it's supposed to be peafowl, and peafowls are like just white all over, I think. I'm not sure. Fact check me on that. I mean, I could just put a picture there in front of the screen right now, and you'll just like, why did you do this? Now I am baffled or whatever. And I think it's the same issue with like Watame. And I don't know if you've seen the clip, but Watame is in an animal form, is somewhat of a male. I don't know why, but yeah, the reason behind that is that she has horns, and they say that sheep that has horns are supposedly male, and Watame has horns again. Yeah, so that was confusing. And then the last one here, which is Calliope, and if you count easy, 1 2 3 4, cool, right? I don't know. The reason behind this is that what I originally have was an ambulance, because Subaru's emoticon or emote is supposed to be an ambulance. And yeah, I got a permission from Tegan Recorder, the actual person who covered the song, to use it as a parody. And I said, okay, now I can do this instead. And it's really easy to draw. It's the Wolfie design, a chibi form of EN HoloLive. So yeah, that's why I did that. And then there's this other one. I already wrote the crude, I wrote this with a mouse, so that's why. That's the meme supposedly, or that's the joke behind this. And other reason from that is that Subaru played Zelda, so she can technically get the reference. But bottom left, bottom right. The reason because of the bottom right, I'm gonna put a thumbnail of the clip here. Which is, there's a clip of Rainy talking about bottom right and bottom left chat and all that stuff. So yeah, and then as we all know, Subaru is supreme. So I was supposed to put that in the background here, but I decided not to, because it's supposed to be simple, not too complicated and all that stuff. So yeah, and then opening 2. So this one, it's easy to talk about this one. Just an order of things. I did this right after I made this. Technically, this is the first thing I did for this project. I animated this, and then I posted it in Twitter, and it blew out. Subaru saw it, Subaru retweeted it, Achan saw it, and Achan retweeted it, and Rene, and they, all the three of them left a like on it, technically. So yeah, I was happy they found out about it. But I didn't say that I'm gonna make it the whole opening or something. I just animated it and showed it to them, or tag their art, fan art tags, all that stuff. So yeah, as you can see, I animated everything here, the background, the color of the background. So it's it's a matter of just putting the footage here. I don't need to put the background and all that stuff. This one, on the other hand, is a different story, because I have to build some things here. The background, as you can see, and then themselves, they have some effects on top of them. I think it was supposed to be lighten or something else. I forgot. Overlay, soft light, hard light, something like that. I don't know. I forgot because I was playing around this. But yeah. First is the animation. Talk about the animation before we touch about the effects. Animation behind this, it's obviously reference from this animation. I actually tweeted it recently. I tweeted it so I can reference it. So let me just put this side by side and then have it play. Zoom in so that you can tell. Actually, I can just, can I not hide this? Anyways, yeah. Oh, there you go. I hide it. And then hide this, and then play. So there you go. Yeah, you can tell that I kind of copied the movement, but the silhouette itself, not so much, because you can see how the tail of what I have here, except for, you know, this. What I have here is that, you know, the tail is shorter. She's more lumpier and longer here. Mine is like bulkier and shorter and all that stuff. The neck is thicker. The neck here is like a lot more thinner when she's going down, up and down. The hat, my hat doesn't, you know, jump around as much as there. So yeah. And then what I did after that is just I just resized. Oh, sorry, I got used to TV After Effects space and all that stuff. I just resized this, the original one, and make it bigger here and there, and then references. You can see the curve is like the same curve there, and then use it as a reference for the movement. Like the feet are like almost kind of the same, but because they're longer, I have to change the proportion and how much, you know, movement they have on their feet there. And then I also didn't bob their head that much for Kiara, because I observed how I used to have a chicken back then, or we used to have a chicken back then, and whenever you move the chicken's body while carrying it, their head stays in place. So that's why I didn't have much movement in their head. And you can tell, like, for Rainy here, or why am I saying their names? I'm gonna get, you know, they're gonna hate me for this. The turkey there, random turkey, not totally Rainy, not totally Kiara, you know. It goes up and down, like it even resizes here and there. So yeah, it's not consistent, but you know, it works. So yeah, that's the cut, and then all I have to do now is just add the effects a while ago that I saw, and then I showed, and then move them left and right in tandem with the music, or you know. And then the background, the background is really difficult to explain, because in the original anime opening they had a sticker for it, physical sticker, like so. Where is it? They actually handled, yeah, something like this, and then they took a picture of it and then they animated it. And for me, I don't have that sticker, obviously, so I had to make something somewhat similar of that. So I have this, and then I just put some effects on it and animated it going in and out. And as you can see here, if I play this, it works very well, you know. And then for this one, easily be describable as the same as the other one. I just had to, you know, put the right drawings in the right places and put some blur here already in TV Paint, because I can do that here, and it's just a matter of putting the footage after here, you know. And then the next is this one. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this, but for this one here, the color in the background, if I redo this, I might have just changed this into something like this, you know, pink, instead of red, because color scheme, I don't know, because I'm poor at color choices. I don't do color that much. I'm more of a make something move, draw something move, you know. that's my thing there. I'm not really good with colors, is what I'm saying. So yeah, here at the same time, you know, I could have just changed the color here, like so. Layer, no, not layer, I think it is layer. Yeah, layer, solid settings. I don't know if you can hear the sirens in the background, but yeah, it's supposed to be blue like that. So now it's like easily, you know, recognizable, their silhouette and their movement. What I had originally right now in YouTube is a pain in the eye to look at, kind of, my opinion. But you know, I grow up, I change things. You know, you realize things that you change. But yeah, the reason why I had it on green, or I chose to stay green because not green but like teal, green, cyan, I don't know, because the original anime opening they had one background and it didn't change. But looking at, you know, the difference between that and saying, oh, I think it's fine if I just change it to blue. Yeah, but I guess back then when I was putting this all together, what I had in mind was just like, I'm too tired to think about this. I just want to finish it because like I'm nearing at the end. I'm nearing at the finish line. I'm just too excited to finish it because I have all the assets. It's just a matter of putting it all together, and the background color is gonna stop me. You know, so yeah. But next time I'm gonna think more about stuff like that. So moving on to the next cut. This one is easy. It's just drawings moving up and then some assets here and there. So we get to talk about their costume. Yay! Finally, some embarrassment of design because I don't know why I did this. So for yeah, actually I animated the boxes as you can see here. It's just a matter of putting it there. So I have this. I think I mentioned how I have it like this way. Like as you saw a while ago, I had to rotate this, just so that I can draw it upright. The reason behind that is so that the size is big, the drawings are big, and when I zoom in or zoom out, or even if I resize it, it doesn't lose that much quality because it's already that big. So for Subaru, I was shocked recently because she released a picture, or like showed a picture of her wearing a jacket, a blue jacket, that has the word Shuba on the sleeve. And it's completely coincidental, or coincidence. I'm sorry, my English is bad. English is not my first language. Yeah, I've been talking for English for almost 20 minutes and you just realized that. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't want to change that much the design from the original one, so I keep the color scheme and all that stuff, especially like the socks also. So yeah, like the top, you can't really tell that it's different, just the sleeves being longer. Yeah. And then showing the Hesso, because everyone is showing their Hesso. Woo! So yeah, that was supposed to be one of the boxes around here, like it's supposed to be, but I end up not putting it in because I was too tired to just crop an image of their belly button and you're showing it there. And I'm not sure if everyone likes that kind of meme, because I'm still in the half and half, so and so. I don't know if I like this meme or not, because I know a lot of people will like just post it and like it for the appreciation of the belly button meme. But yeah, whatever. I'm trying to explain something that I can't even comprehend. So yeah, for this one, I'm not so sure about the design on this one. I mean, it's kind of cringe. I know it's kind of similar to Supreme, Supreme merch, where there's a word in front of the chest or whatever it is at. And the reason why I choose the blue sweater, I think the blue sweater is simple enough, and then why I have that as a main theme or something is because she posts some thumbnails where she's wearing a blue sweater, and that was a fan art of her like wearing something else. And I thought, oh, so this is like the casual thing, and I guess it's canon now because she claimed it or something. So I just put a little twist on it, and I don't know if people like this or whatever, and I don't hear anyone complaining about it. I mean, this part here is pretty much the same as the original. I just kept it on one sleeve, so it's kind of stylish, I don't know, but still kind of casual at the same time. So yeah, but once they have their different costumes, this is, no one's gonna like talk about this, and I'm just talking about why I did this and that. I changed the hair clip she has to a hair tie or something. So yeah, I really wanted to change the hairstyle too, but I think if I change the hairstyle, it's gonna change her silhouette, so I have it remain the same. And same goes for Kiara. And I didn't mention this, I keep forgetting it. That's because I never learned. First of all, this thing's on her ears. It's not actually on her ears, it's in the back of her ears, and that's her feathers. So technically what I have here is not Kiara because she doesn't have her feathers. But yeah, my mistake there. I didn't knew that beforehand when animating this, so yeah, more research next time. And that was like tweeted like really long time ago. So yeah. So what we have here, the design, I sent it to my friend and he said he likes it. So I was just like, okay, I guess it works. That's, that's the thing for me. Yeah, the reason behind it is that I can't like show it to everyone, because if I show it to everyone, then I'm kind of spoiling everyone. Next time I'm just gonna show like some few clips, and then I will post like the finish. That's like this one. Like everyone was just surprised. Well, wait, it's the actual whole thing. It's not just this part. Okay, wow. So yeah, there you go. It's the same effect as that. Because if I'm giving too much away and then asking for this and that, then people won't be surprised because they already saw all those things. I wanted to change the socks, but because of the color scheme of the original dress she has, I didn't want to change all that, because again, I can't choose that much color. And if you notice correctly, this is also the same color scheme from the previous, just different distribution of green and different distribution of white. This has more blue than white. So yeah. And then their idol costume, this one already existing, it just more simplified. There's more ruffle, there's supposed to be more clothing and ribbons and all that stuff, but simplified. This one, the ears, I just realized how big the ears are. So yeah. I saw some design from other people and it was really good. Like I like the skirts being like spiky and all that stuff, but I remained with the original design of the cover corp or HoloLive, this things here added there and all that stuff. I kind of mimic some of them, their designs, but I still want it to be simplified and not like so unique, so you can technically see them standing wearing the same, kind of not so the same, but and then here I was sad to change the outfit and not show her hesso or belly button. But you get the cleavage. I think that's fine. But I think it fits her because of the ruffles here. That's the only reason why I think this one, because they have like 3 versions, and there's like and then another one special for ASCII. So yeah, they only have like 3 or 4 version, I'm not sure. So yeah, 2 same version and then 1. So there you go. Oddly enough, all the tall girls that has huge badonkadonkers uses this one. So that's why I just, okay, I guess Rene has to use this one. So yeah, too much research on something that I shouldn't have done. And then I realized just now I didn't put a white line here because there's supposed to be a white line. Pain. Anyways, moving on. The next one is this one. Easily enough. It's a pre-existing drawing, so, or not drawing, but costume. And then as you can see here, if you still weren't able to tell, this is the example of zooming in into something really small image, which is the boxes. Wrong. The boxes here. It's like, it's really small and it got stretched, and yeah, it looks like that. So that's why I have it really big. The original image, this one, is like this big, and it just got smaller and then put there. So yeah. If I actually click on this, double click, you can see how big it is, this image. So yeah, going back, where is it? This one. So now for the most not so exciting part. I'm not sure. So I animated the background and the foreground. So I animated them separately. The characters, so you can see here, characters, it's just like one small slap here, and then the art style. Yeah, so first for Subaru, she looks like derpy or like squiggly kind of lines, well, except for the hat or something. That's because the boxes behind her are not straight lines, like squiggly lines and all that stuff. And for Kiara, it's more angular, straight lines, you know, much more control and all that stuff. So that's because I'm using a line tool for this one here. And then finally, for this one, in the original opening, what they had is just a box shape. And you can tell, you know, it's the same kind of mimicking design I have here. The reason why they have the box shape is to simplify more for Takamori. Or was it Kanamori or something? Oh my god, people are gonna hate me for Kanamori. I think it's Kanamori. Yeah, Kanamori. Anyways, so yeah, what I have here instead is not the box of Rainy. We don't want to see a box of Rainy unless you want to. Then you know, I don't know, but I didn't want to do that. So I had fun drawing this art style. I'm probably gonna look more into it in the future, but this is somewhat a remnant of panties and stocking, if you can tell the art style itself. So I really like it. Like I find it cute. I don't know if you find it cute. I find it cute. So there you go. That's why it's boxy, because of course everything here is kind of boxy. So I don't know if you noticed that Kiara is in the bottom left. So anyways, moving on. The things that I added. Obviously these are just separated animated small things. As you can see here, a bunch of stuff that I animated. I'm not gonna show. Well, okay, there you go. So yeah, Holongus, right? So yeah, these are like a lot of references from them. My only issue was for Kiara and Rene. Subaru, there's a tons of information about her because she talks a lot in her stream, like talking story streams and all that stuff. And yeah. But for Kiara, she just debuted last year. Same goes for Rene. So there's not that much information. So I just took from their emotes, emotes and small things that they talk about, things that they do, things that they like. This one, I love this the most, Shiniga Milk. And this is the same thing, but it's just, in Japanese. And then this one, aim for the sun, as Huke Papa said so. I don't know if you got that reference. And also I tried to put foods that they like. So for Subaru it was a chicken curry she mentioned. That's why she got the chicken curry ad and all that stuff. And then for KFP, and then Soto, I think. Yeah, chicken. And oddly enough, all of them likes chicken. Yeah, chicken curry, chicken, and then chicken something. I forgot what it was, but it's supposed to be chicken. And then the pacifier is completely coincidental, or coincidence. Again, my English is bad. So yeah, and then there's a big kusa, of course. And then bottom left, and then Hukepapa is pointing at the bottom left still. So yeah, actually you can see that here. He's pointing at yeah, he's pointing at when does he point down? Yeah, there you go. He's pointing down at her, and even if Kara is in the top right, she's still bottom left. So yeah, there you go. And I think that's it for that one. So we're gonna open up another this is this one, which is a bigger file. Okay, don't see the reference video. So this is where I used my pivot thing. So it's for the zooming effect, this one, the sparkling stuff. So if you zoom in here, just have it on fit, this one too. Change the view into, why can't I change the view? Okay, just have it on fit anyways. Yeah, there are some few things that I realized that I could have done better here, and also at the same time I just noticed just now, or not just now, but after watching the video twice or 3 times, is this one here, maybe around here, I'm not sure. scroll through it frame by frame. It's such a small detail, nobody would actually notice it other than me who made it, of course. Oh, here we go. There you go. So you see this, it didn't clip correctly, that's why. So how did I do this? A bunch of elements on top of it. How did I do it without breaking my computer or something? Actually, it's just a video of a circle of everything all at once. Oh, what is this? Oh, forgot about that. Like so. Why can't I click? Oh, yeah, there you go. So it's a video here. Goodness gracious, let me see. As you can see, if I double click here, that's the video there. Wrong video, not nice job. But you can see like how I made it. So I just layered all of this in a 3D space. This triangle thing here is the camera, so I can zoom in and out. As you can see, it changes here, and then all this kind of stuff. So yeah, that's crazy, right? Easily done. But yeah, it's still complicated. I tried to do it so that it's just one by one, so it's like this, still the spiral, but it was so difficult I couldn't get it into the same as the original opening. So I just did it this way instead, which is much of a shortcut, and I can still reuse it for the second cut. Now for the lettering and all that stuff, I actually wrote that myself. It's not a font, because you can tell when the image of those font gets too big and it zooms in to the camera, you can tell the pixelation. A little talk about the pivot thingy. Let me go open up an example of it. I don't really name. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. So these are the effects that I used for the shiny balls. I just colored them white and animated them here. The animation process in Pivot is much more is different, much more simplified than here. So yeah, but because it's simplified, it takes more time. But it's a small thing, and it's just a matter of just changing the color and all that stuff, and then resizing it. So I just did it in Pivot instead. So yeah, I think that's it. And then here I just reuse again the circles and just resized it gradually smaller. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm glad that I didn't got into an hour. And then we get to talk about this now finally. So I don't put ads on them. As you can see here, I'm gonna show it to you here quickly. I'm just gonna make sure I don't show a country and some viewers get mad and all that stuff. So there you go. It's off, see, and also it's off, but it got copyright claim, right? Of course I can't, like the same here, it's ineligible, so that means I can't monetize. I can still monetize this, but it's gonna be shared, it says, because it's like it's my cover. But because Nenichi covers that song, I don't want to be like, YouTube will see it, and most of all, if it gets too popular, people will see it as me earning money of someone else's talent, obviously. But yeah, I got monetized because of this video, because a lot of people viewed it, right? And the same goes for this one. I don't want to monetize it because, again, I didn't. It's because of the music. That's all the issue with it. Of course, I can monetize it, but again, there's also other issue, like I just technically copied, someone else's work. Also, this one should be, there you go. Sometimes it's automatic. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, so yeah, there's other things that I put monetization on, and yeah, I think this video will have a lot of monetization. But yeah, the reason behind that is because I just can't. Even though I can, I just can't, because it will be recognized, and then stuff like that. And then this one here, if I go to, yeah, I already have it open. I'm saying that this might be my last anime parody opening. The reason behind that is because they mention here that they don't support, or they don't avoid, refrain from creating this kind of work where it damages third party image or violates their right. Now I don't technically I'm not technically damaging their their image, right? Because if I go to the video where I actually show the making of this, they actually talk about the parodies and jokes, and they loved it, they like it, so they're fine with it, right? But you still have to ask permission for, hey, can I earn money from this? No, technically no, you can't do that. I think they understand the term parody, jokes and all that stuff. But yeah, but for the song, I don't know about that. I don't. I technically am kind of violating. I'm dancing around that line that they put there. So yeah, I'm just making two, just in case they strike me down. Then it's just two strike, so my channel can still survive, obviously. But I don't upload daily, so I'm just uploading like every once in a while, because projects like this and animation takes a lot of time to make. So yeah. So I don't earn money. I would appreciate if people donate a little bit of amount of money, but if I do it like that, it's somewhat like asking for money. But I don't know if I deserve that much of money if I'm just doing this for free. Who cares? I don't know. But again, it's up to you. Like, if you're expecting for more, then obviously I need to have a stable kind of financial thing here going on, so that I can keep making this kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm still debating if I'm gonna turn on my Patreon again, and if I do, it's gonna be just different now. It's gonna be like containing all the assets like this one, so you can open it up, edit it yourself, look at it yourself, like, oh, you did this way or that way. Because I know two snacks, I forgot. Anyways, they do like the same HoloLive content stuff, and they share their assets in the Patreon if you paid for X amount of money and become their Patreon. So yeah. So I think that's it. I have nothing else to talk about other than this one. This project this time is well planned out, I think, depending on how it looks like, right? But it pretty much not took that much time. It took lesser time. That's also because of the art style. So yeah, but because I'm saying I'm no longer gonna make like anime opening, that doesn't mean I'm no longer gonna make HoloLive related animation. Of course, I'm still gonna make some more in the future, but it's more shorter clips, like funny meme. I don't know. Sometimes comedy is subjective, so I might find something funny and you might not find it funny, and you might find it offensive. So I apologize in the future if ever that's a thing, because sometimes I'm out of touch on how things should be funny and whatnot, because I usually just ask my friends. So yeah, before I make them, I ask them, hey, do you think this would be funny if you think people would be like it? And they also are into HoloLive, so I always need some second suggestion, and sometimes I just ask, sometimes in Twitter. So if you are if you're interested to follow me in Twitter and seeing, oh, what is he up to this time, feel free to follow, and then cancel me if ever you disagree with something that I make. Twitter is a cancer. But so far HoloLive, it's kind of wholesome, the community, so yeah, that's why I'm kind of still I find myself like drawn into it, because I don't know, some of it is my own reason and some of it are not. I'm not gonna get into that unless I'm in a stream and I can talk about it or something. I don't know. So yeah, thanks for watching.